Once in a small town nestled at the edge of an ancient forest, there was a place whispered about in hushed tones, the Whispering Woods. Legend had it that the woods were haunted by spirits, and anyone who dared to enter would be forever changed. On a moonless night, 5 friends, Alex, Sarah, Jake, Emily, and Mark, gathered around a crackling fire, sharing stories and laughter. The air was thick with tension as someone mentioned the Whispering Woods. Intrigued, the group decided to embark on an adventure to uncover the truth behind the legends. As they entered the woods, the atmosphere changed. The once lively chatter of the friends hushed to a mere murmur, and an eerie silence surrounded them. The tall, gnarled trees seemed to reach out like skeletal fingers, casting elongated shadows that danced in the moonlight. As they delved deeper, strange occurrences unfolded. Unsettling whispers echoed through the trees, and shadows flickered in their peripheral vision. The friends dismissed it as their imagination, attributing the eerie ambience to the dense foliage overhead. Hours passed, and the group stumbled upon an ancient, dilapidated mansion hidden within the heart of the woods. The mansion exuded an otherworldly energy, and a feeling of dread settled upon them. Hesitant but curious, they entered. Inside, the air was thick with dust, and the creaking floorboards beneath their feet seemed to moan in agony. The walls were adorned with faded portraits of a family long forgotten, their eyes following the intruders with an unsettling gaze. As they explored the mansion, they discovered a locked door at the end of a narrow hallway. Determined to uncover the secrets within, they found an old key hidden in the study. The moment the door swung open, a bone-chilling gust of wind rushed through the corridor, extinguishing their lanterns. In the darkness, they heard the faint echoes of laughter and the anguished cries of a woman. Panic set in as they fumbled to relight their lanterns, their trembling hands revealing the terror etched across their faces. The whispers grew louder, weaving a tale of tragedy and betrayal. The mansion's former residents, a once happy family, had been torn apart by jealousy and greed. The tormented spirits sought retribution, and the friends found themselves entangled in a supernatural struggle. As the whispers intensified, the friends saw fleeting glimpses of ghostly figures, faces contorted in anguish and sorrow materialized before them. The temperature plummeted, and the air became suffused with an otherworldly coldness. Desperate to escape the haunted mansion, the friends retraced their steps, yet the hallway seemed to stretch endlessly, twisting and turning like a maze that defied logic. The whispers transformed into anguished wails, and the spectral figures closed in. In a final, desperate attempt to break free, the friends stumbled upon an ancient mirror. Its surface rippled with an ethereal energy, and as they gazed into it, their own reflections twisted into grotesque, ghostly visages. The spirits of the mansion reached out, trying to pull them into the mirror's depths. With a surge of collective will, the friends shattered the mirror, releasing a blinding burst of light. When their vision cleared, they found themselves standing at the edge of the Whispering Woods, the haunted mansion nowhere in sight. The once moonless night had given way to the soft glow of dawn. The friends, shaken but alive, made their way back to town, forever changed by the harrowing experience in the Whispering Woods. The legends, it seemed, were not mere tales to be dismissed, but a dark reality that clung to the fabric of the ancient forest.
Years passed, but the memories of that fateful night lingered in the minds of the friends. Despite their best efforts to move on, a haunting sense of unease clung to them like a shadow. Each one bore the weight of the Whispering Woods in their own way. Alex, once the joker of the group, became withdrawn and contemplative. Nightmares plagued his sleep, vivid visions of ghostly faces and echoing wails. He became obsessed with researching the history of the mansion, hoping to find answers that would bring him peace. Sarah, always the skeptic, found herself questioning the nature of reality. Shadows seemed to dance at the edge of her vision, and whispers followed her into waking hours. In a quest for normalcy, she sought therapy. But even the professionals struggled to explain the inexplicable events of that night. Jake, the brave adventurer, was plagued by a paralyzing fear. The woods that once called to him now evoked a visceral reaction. The wind's gentle rustle and the creaking of branches sent shivers down his spine. He avoided anything that reminded him of that night, fearing a return to the supernatural. Emily, the empathetic soul, began experiencing unexplained bursts of sorrow. She felt the pain and despair of the mansion's spirits as if it were her own. Desperate to find solace, she sought out spiritual healers, hoping to sever the ethereal connection that bound her to the otherworldly entities. Mark, the logical thinker, struggled to reconcile the events with his rational mind. He became consumed by a need to debunk the supernatural, delving into paranormal investigations. Yet, despite his efforts, he couldn't shake the feeling that something beyond explanation had touched their lives that night. One by one, the friends were drawn back to the Whispering Woods. Unseen forces tugged at the threads of their reality, compelling them to return to the place that had forever changed them. Despite their fears, they knew they needed to confront the lingering spirits and find closure. The woods had transformed since that night, as if time itself had warped within its ancient confines. The gnarled trees whispered tales of regret, and the wind carried the mournful cries of the mansion's inhabitants. The dilapidated structure stood before them, as if waiting for their return. As the friends entered the mansion once more, the air thickened with a palpable energy. The spirits, still trapped in a cycle of anguish, sought release. The friends, now bound by a shared destiny, navigated the haunted corridors with a determination born from the depths of their collective trauma. The echoes of the past played out before them like a spectral tapestry. The tragedy that had befallen the mansion's inhabitants unfolded in vivid detail. Betrayals, secrets, and a curse woven into the very foundation of the building became apparent. In a climactic confrontation, the friends confronted the vengeful spirits. With a mixture of sorrow and empathy, they pleaded for the tormented souls to find peace. The mansion trembled as if caught in the throes of an otherworldly storm. As the first light of dawn broke through the decaying windows, a profound silence descended upon the mansion. The spirits, their ethereal forms gradually dissipating, found release from the shackles of the past. The mansion itself seemed to sigh, the weight of centuries-old sorrow lifting. The friends, exhausted and changed, emerged from the Whispering Woods. The once haunted forest now felt serene, the malevolent energy that had gripped it replaced by an otherworldly calm. The bond that had formed between the friends through their shared ordeal remained, a testament to the strength found in facing the supernatural together. As they left the woods behind, the friends knew they could never fully forget the horrors they had witnessed. Yet, with a newfound understanding of the thin veil between the living and the dead, they carried the lessons of the Whispering Woods into the rest of their lives. The small town, once steeped in whispers and fear, gradually forgot the legends as nature reclaimed the ancient forest.